it was bound to happen at some point where I'd be mute and I start to stream like that. But you know, you live and you learn. Ain't that the Sonic song? How it goes? What's going on, people? Can you all see me? Most importantly, can you all hear me? All right, now I gotta wait again for everybody. Hopefully this music is not interfering too much. Let me go ahead and bring that down a little bit just to be safe until I got some homies coming through. For whatever reason, it's not the chat's not showing up on the stream. That's very, very peculiar. Very peculiar, but you know, it wouldn't be a Neo stream without something going terribly wrong. But so far, nothing's gone terribly wrong. Okay, I'm seeing all the homies. Audio levels, they look and sound good. That's perfect. Okay, yeah, for whatever reason, it's not, the chat box isn't coming up for some reason. Let me see if I can go ahead and refresh that joint. Hopefully it pops up now. No, it's not. That's very weird. Yeah, the chat's not popping up for whatever reason. So I guess playback wise, if you want to get the live chat, you'll just have to, well, hit the live chat button. Your recording looks smaller. Really? Oh, that's strange. Let me boot it up. I didn't really mess with any settings from last week. Let me see. Huh. That's very weird, but I guess it's the YouTube chat doesn't want to work for a while. Oh, so we haven't even gotten to the intro, and we already got the homie Shadow Wolf 712 coming in with the $2 super chat. Dragon Ball Q&A when though? Got to talk the movie as well. Yeah, that's right, bro. I mean, I don't know what y'all are doing tomorrow night, but I'm free if y'all want to get in on this Dragon Ball podcast. There's a circle around you. Yeah, there's this weird circle too. What is... Hold on, I'm just going to start turning off stuff. Hold on. Not that. Not that. Not that. Not that. Hold on, let me see. Not that. Okay, there we go. Huh, I don't know why that was on this whole time. But yeah, if anything, let's coordinate with the group chat, Danny, on that one to see what happens. Let's see. Well, we got some of the homies in here. What's going on? Asbel, Dimwit Monkey, Fostings. Shout out to the mods. Valkian24, LTS, Chuck is chillin'. Perfect timing. I just dropped my car off for an oil change. Hey, see, look at that, man. Look at that. Ain't God great how that shit works? We got Cold in the building, Snorlax, Chocolate Asylum, Fear No Hate. Let's see who else we got. Corey Gryffindor. What's going on, brother? Andrew Tyler. Black Guy here. Black Guy is here, you guys. We got Kuch Goblin. Who else? We got Avanti in the house. The Black Enigma. I don't know why I switched up your words. The Black Enigma. It's K-Black the Enigma. I'm happy sounding like BG up in this chat. Oh, we got Burnt Easy Atlanta. What's going on, bro? Primal Majin. Okay. We got Obi, Dead Wade, Brian, David Marquez, Zap Black. What's going on, people? What's up? All right, so I'm gonna bang out a few questions before we get into like the intro and everything. Let's see. This man says, I think I picked the wrong shop. Nothing but Priuses in here. Oh, damn. If I didn't know any better, you had a whole bunch of Ethiopians at that oil change place. Because that's... Okay, so something really funny about being Ethiopian is that, you know how every race and ethnicity, we all have our stereotypes? One stereotype about Ethiopian people is that all of us drive Priuses because Priuses are really good when it comes to gas mileage. And Ethiopians ain't trying to pay any money like that. And I didn't realize this was actually a stereotype until I actually met other Ethiopians outside of my family. Because no one in my family owns a Prius. No one in my extended family owns a Prius. But there's a whole bunch of other Ethiopians out there I know who love Priuses. And it's just like, wow, look at that. Not me, though. Not me. We're Team Honda over here. All right. Let's see. Hey, I managed to catch the beginning for once. Oh, there you go, Chocolate. There's something. I felt like there was. I was playing with my dog earlier, so I feel like his hair was on my face for some reason. Guess not. Let's see. All right, let's see. Let's scroll down the list. I'm seeing a lot of the homies here. That's what's up. Neo, Lost Judgment thoughts. Yeah, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that in a little while, Avanti. All right. How you doing, Neo? Hope all is well. Everything is going good over here, Enigma. Hope everything is good with you, brother. Let's see. Thoughts on the PS5 redesign leak. I didn't even know that a redesign of the PS5 leaked. I knew there was talk about it being redesigned because of the shortage of components, but I mean, you could just chop that up to every console in history always getting a redesign to make shit more affordable, easier access to the components and all. What is... I feel like there's something on my eyelash and it's annoying me. Like what the... Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. I feel like there's this little piece of... What the hell? I don't know. I'm probably going crazy here. Definitely going crazy here. It's about that time for me to go crazy. Let's see. Secret to having big muscles while eating donuts. Everything in moderation, Obi. And one thing I always say is you got to earn those donuts. You got to put in the work to get those donuts. So when will you do a podcast about Godzilla versus Kong? We've been thinking about doing that. It's just coordinating everybody because, you know, everyone's got different schedules, people doing different shit. It's tough. It's tough. Let's see. Scroll and blast. What else? Thoughts on Resident Evil Village so far? Well, I know this question is probably going to come up a few times. I have not put more than 5 minutes into Resident Evil Village, you guys. I just started it right before the stream, but then I had to go take care of a couple of things before I did the stream. So I did the opening segment, and then that was it. So there's not going to be any spoilers here for those who are wondering. Okay. Colin, my boy, what's going on, bro? We got Narukami 2D in the chat. Yo, Neo and Stream, what's up? Hey, Dragon's Path, haven't caught one in a while. Oh, appreciate you tuning in, brother. Appreciate you tuning in. Pablo the Third. Any upcoming Xbox games you looking forward to? Now, are we talking Xbox exclusive? Or, well, Xbox ecosystem exclusive, which at this rate is Xbox, PC, streaming. Nothing on the horizon, if I'm being... No pun intended. Nothing on the horizon, like at least for the next 6 months or so. I guess the only big Xbox game I'm looking forward to is Halo Infinite. I mean, there might be a couple of things here and there that are escaping my memory right now, but when it comes to most anticipated games, I anticipate that everything is going to be delayed, so I don't really get excited for it. I only get excited when I actually see the games have confirmed release dates, and we are one day out from that game coming out. But, I mean, if we're talking in general, like, I'm excited about what Obsidian's working on. I'm excited about what Playground Games is working on. Excited about Psychonauts 2. And Psychonauts 2 is actually supposed to come out this year, so I guess that would be my next game to hype alongside Halo Infinite. All right. We'll just answer a few more, and then... Whoa. We'll just answer a few more, and then we'll just go into the intro. Can you speak Amharic? Bits and pieces, Mickey, honestly. That's one thing that I wish I did know more, how to speak Amharic fluently. Like, I can understand a good chunk, considering, you know, when you grow up around Ethiopian parents and that's what they speak, you just kind of catch on. But I'm not fluent to the point where I can actually have a full-on dialogue with somebody from the motherland. Like, I can do basic stuff like intros, greetings, directions, but other than that, I don't. But that is going to change, hopefully, within the next year or so, because I'm going to be hounding my mom to teach me as much as she can. I know it's kind of weird, like, later in your life, you're learning from your parents a whole different language. But, you know, it's important, you know? You don't want to let those, that lineage, that history die. I wanted a Prius simply because my job requires tons of traveling. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Folks, things. If that's your job and you're going to be driving around, you want to get the best bang for your buck. I totally get it. That's why I have a Honda Accord, because for my job, I commute 25 miles one way, 25 miles back. So yeah, the mileage definitely adds up. And when I first started the job, I was driving a RAV4, which I love. I love Toyota RAV4s. They're great. But mileage wise, for what I was doing, it just wasn't that sufficient. You know, I was always filling up the tank like every 4 days or so, which is not good at all. Considering, you know, it was not only going to work, but it was also doing other things and all that. So yeah, like right now I have my Accord. I've had my Accord for almost 2 years, and I love him. I love him, man. Amazing gas mileage. So good. You got a bully pit bull? No, but I want one. Neo, that Mugen film train. Why am I mixing all the words up today? That Mugen train film. Yup. That shit was fire, man. Set your heart ablaze. Alrighty. Okay, I see. We got a bunch of homies in here. Ooh, much love from P-Land. I assume you mean Poland Squall, but maybe P-Land is a place. Who knows? Who knows what happens? But we got Johan in the chat looking rather sus. That's an inside joke. Johan don't know what I'm talking about. But what's going on, people? What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, races, and ethnicities alike? Welcome back to the channel. This is Ask Neo. If y'all are tuning in for the very first time, hello, welcome to Ask Neo. This is my regular Q&A series that I do on a weekly basis where you guys ask me questions and I try my very best to answer them. Now, before we dive into the stream for tonight, there are a couple of things I want to draw y'all's attention to. So down below in the video description, there are going to be a couple of links for interest. All of my social media outlets from Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, you name it. If you want to follow me, all that stuff is there. Now, out of all those social media handles, Twitter is the one that I spend the most amount of time on. I frolic over there. I tweet on the Bird app. And it's a whole bunch of fun. If you want to get my crazy hot takes on things and me simping for the 9-foot-tall Resident Evil lady, then yeah, Twitter is the place to be. In addition, I have links to the Patreon, in addition to our Discord community, the Phantom Weirdos, which is essentially a place where if you guys want to hang out, maybe talk some things, video games, anime, manga, you name it, that's a nice little community for you. And other than that, I mean, this Q&A is pretty much chill. Everyone here, we have a lot of regulars, so they know how it is. You know, we just sit here, we answer questions, we shoot the shit, and we have fun. So yeah, we're just gonna dive into the stream. This always happens when I do the intro, but we got a couple of mods who are coming in saying the stuff that I don't say. Saying that y'all make sure you hit the like button. Okay, yeah. So if y'all are tuning in and you're enjoying the stream, make sure you hit that like button. It helps out tremendously. A lot of people downplay what hitting a like button does or what commenting on a video does, but it really does help the YouTube channel. It helps the algorithm. It helps circulate this to other people out there so we can get more people in this little weirdo family of ours. So if y'all are enjoying the stream, make sure you hit that like button because there are a couple of mods in here who they already know y'all's addresses. They know where y'all live, and they are going to. The less I say, the better, because I'm just the talent. They're the muscle. So we'll see. Let's go ahead and check out. So, Johan, yeah, you're back in here. Man, let me add Johan as mod. There we go. And Chris is here too. There we go. See, it's good that I actually see you guys on the stream because I've been meaning to mod y'all for a while. Let's. Riyazaki's always here too. Okay. Alrighty. Cool. So yeah, you know, you guys are free to ask your questions. I'll try my very best to answer them. I'm just gonna be honest. It will take me some time to get through all of them because you guys know I'm long-winded, and y'all know I do like to give very thorough answers. So we'll just have to see. But let's go ahead and start back at the top from where I left off anyway. Let's see. Born Gamers. Okay, you know, you getting heaps of comments from people about Returnal. Yeah, I noticed that Returnal video I made is kind of popping. I'm looking at the where's my YouTube Studio app? Yeah, I'm looking at the analytics for that video. That video is at like 25,000 views, over 1,000 comments. That's crazy. Like I haven't even looked at that comment section since I uploaded the video. And when I came back to it, it was like, I think 10,000, 12 hours afterwards. So I don't know. I'm looking at the likes and dislikes, 1,500 likes, 200 dislikes. That seems about right. But yeah, I was surprised that the video's kind of popping. But yeah, Returnal, just to give y'all an update for those who have seen that video. Returnal, you know, the game itself is a lot of fun. I enjoyed my time playing it, but all of the performance issues, at least for me, I'm not saying it's universal across the board, but those issues were really taking me out of the game. It constantly crashing, and if it wasn't a crash, it was some type of visual glitch, and it was just not a fun way to experience a game that is all about live, die, live again. The fact that my game, it doesn't even come down to my skill. The game could crash for whatever reason, whether it's the game programming or it's the console itself. It was not fun knowing that I'm getting really good at this run and then boom, I'm dead and I have to do this all over. Not because I suck, it's because the game wasn't stable. So they've issued a couple of patches since then, and those patches have been very hit and miss. I think the second patch they put out, it actually, believe it or not, deleted a lot of people's save files. Yeah, so all the people that were like breezing through that game, they finished it up, they put like 20 hours into it, they were ready to do New Game Plus. Yeah, their save files got deleted. Wow. I mean, I hope and pray that it was uploaded to the cloud, but still, that's just not the PR you want to get the week the game comes out. But I'm just going to wait a few more weeks for them to fully iron out all the kinks, because they're just doing a lot of hotfixes in addition to patches. And I'm going to be real, I have better, more stable games to play at the moment, and I'll definitely go back to Returnal because I do enjoy it. It was a lot of fun, but I'm just not in the mindset to have to fight the game in order for it to work. But yeah, I'm glad that a lot of people are enjoying it because it is a fun game when it works. Any thoughts on Apple versus Epic? Yeah, so for those who aren't really following the gaming news, but Apple and Epic are actually in court right now. Epic, they do not like the way that Apple does things on their storefront, so they took their asses to court. And even though it's still early in the case right now, it's not looking so hot for Epic. I'm just looking at all the stuff as it comes out, and it's just... Oof. I mean, I know Apple was going to get the best lawyers they could, but just the way, like, Epic, I don't know what it is, man, but all their defenses sound so weak. And it's like, bro, you have the power. You have all these people on your side. It's just like, nope, nope. But again, there's still a few more days for the trial. So we'll see what happens in the very end. Maybe shit might go left in their favor. But yeah, it's just not a good starting point. And that's hilarious considering everybody... Even people that do love Apple, a lot of them do have this whole, like, yeah, Apple is draconian in a lot of ways. And the second everybody unites to go against Apple, they prepare, like, the worst defenses possible. Oh, boy. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I know there's going to be a lot more people asking about Resident Evil 8. But I have not, let me turn off the music real quick. I have not been able to put a lot of time into Resident Evil 8. I just started it. I did the intro segment. Then after that, I had to go run some errands. And then here we are for the podcast. So I'll probably put a little bit more time into it after the show. Tales of podcasts between me and Neo. Hey, Asbel, man, listen, if you got a quality mic and we can coordinate something, it'd be nice to do a Tales of retrospective at the very end, because you've definitely played a lot more Tales games than I have, Asbel. I know you played a lot more of the import ones. Okay. Primal Majin asks, how do you feel about the current state of the YTAC? I assume you're talking about the YouTube anime community now versus back in the days, early 2010s. So here's the funny thing about that, Primal Majin. I don't really think I was ever involved in the YouTube anime community like that. I mean, I made videos talking about anime, but it was more like the video games than I was really reviewing manga chapters or reviewing episodes. Every now and then I would talk about a special, like when Naruto was having its like the Jiraiya Ninja Chronicles special, or the Kakashi Gaiden stuff, but I really didn't review as much stuff compared to like folks at the time. Who was running it back then? It was Yokorama. We had King of Lighting. Forneverworld was around. Well, Forneverworld's still around. We had Sawyer, Seven Mage, Uber Hikari, Joten, and some of those guys are still around and they're still doing videos. Like I know Joten is still uploading videos. Of course, King of Lighting is uploading videos. But yeah, I don't really have an opinion too much about really like anime community now versus then. I know everything now is more, I don't want to say it's more professional, but you can definitely tell everything is more, it's more about, how do I say this without sounding weird? Everything back then, you really liked the people. It didn't matter what they were talking about. Nowadays, everything just seems so hyper-focused and fixated, which I don't have a problem with. I mean, you specialize in your craft, but I feel like we're kind of losing the personality of the people when we talk about stuff. And one thing I've noticed is that everybody, maybe not now, but definitely a few years ago, everyone was trying to deconstruct everything and trying to make shit seem deeper than it actually was in positive and negative ways. But it's kind of like there would be an anime that comes out, everybody universally enjoys it, but then there's always these people that have to do these deconstruction essays and all this crazy stuff where it's really not warranted. It's like, fam, it's not that deep, you know? And I mean, the whole rise of video essays, I don't mind them, but the extent that people are going, it's like, do you really even enjoy anything? You know, if you have to break down every single minute detail of this thing, it's like, oh, come on. I mean, like, I don't really keep up with anybody. Like, I still watch King of Lighting, of course, because I love his personality. He's great. And, you know, I know King personally. We've hung out a few times. But I don't really watch anybody, to be honest. Like, every now and then I watch a Giguk video because I've always liked to Giguk in his style. But yeah, I don't like, maybe now and then I'll watch a Dragon Ball video from Geekdom or Totally Not Mark. I don't really be keeping up with a lot of the people, to be honest. Did you finish Invincible? Yes, I did. I finished up Invincible last night, actually. Fantastic show. Very good show. I'm still gonna go a little easy on the spoilers, considering it did just finish last Friday. But if you guys aren't watching Invincible, definitely check it out. It's on Amazon Prime Video. Fantastic Western animation. I mean, the animation itself is kind of, but the story is awesome. The characters are great, and I just can't wait to see what they do in season 2. I just rewatched the Mortal Kombat movie bootlegged, and that movie doesn't hit once you turn your brain on. Yeesh. Yeah, that Mortal Kombat movie. You know, at first I was thinking, all right, let me turn my brain off. Maybe I'll enjoy it. But the older I get, the more I realize we got to stop doing that for every single movie. If you go into something and you already know I have to turn my brain off because I know it's not going to be a movie that's taken seriously, then I don't think they're taking you seriously. Like, if you have to turn your brain off for a movie with characters and a plot and you just got to go into it thinking, well, you know, it's going to be the worst thing in the world, but, you know, I expect that. We could be doing so much more, and that's how this shit keeps going. That's how this shit keeps happening, you guys. Like, we have to demand better than just, well, turn your brain off. Like, ugh. All right. Oh, we got a $2 super chat coming in from Flame. Hey, Neo, hope you're well. More like refundle. Hey, yo, man, that shit. Those Returnal jokes, that shit was funny. Alrighty. And then we got a $2 super chat coming in from Narukami2D. Hey, Neo, just wanted to bless the stream. Oh, thank you, Narukami, in all of your 2 dimensions. I appreciate you, brother. We got $1 for every dimension. Oh, man. Yeah, I've seen a lot of old school anime heads coming in here saying, yup, nostalgia right there. Yo, you know what the funny thing was? Speaking of old school anime heads, I every now and then I go back and I just rewatch random old videos from my old subscriptions. Some people who make videos again still make videos now, others not so much. But I was actually on, you guys know Terrell from the Insane Game Freak. He had a YouTube channel before that called The Game Manic, and I was on that shit just watching some of his old school videos. Yo, that shit was different, bro. There was some fucking funny shit on that. Oh, man. That shit was so funny, bro. It's even more hilarious because I actually know Terrell. Like, he's one of my homies. It's just funny when you watch videos from your homies and you're like, wow, this really was how we talked 10 plus years ago. All right. Okay, let's go back and catch up on some questions. Alrighty. Starfield is heavily rumored to come out this year. Yeah, that's what the streets be saying, man. But to be honest, whether it comes out or whether it doesn't come out, whether it gets delayed, honestly, I don't care. And that's not because I'm not excited about Starfield. I'm extremely excited about Starfield. I love playing Bethesda games. Well, when they work. But yeah, I'm excited about that. And it's a new IP for them. That's great. However, just given the state of COVID and how that's impacted game development, I'm not holding my breath. Like, if Halo Infinite comes out and they say, like, yo, this game is delayed, I'd be sad, but I would not be surprised. I really wouldn't, you guys. Like, any game that actually hits this year is a godsend. Okay. Flight Simulator 2020 coming to Xbox. Thoughts? Great. I've heard really good things about Flight Simulator. It's not my cup of tea. I'm not really into simulators or simulation games, but there's a big amount of people who love playing those games, and if they finally got it working right on consoles, then hell yeah, man. And the intention, how detailed that game is. Like, I was curious, so I went on and I watched some videos of them going to like certain places, and just how detailed it is eerily accurate. It's insane. Let's see. Yo, what's up, Neo? Came for a minute to say hi. Gotta go outside and enjoy this Friday night. Hey, appreciate that, Desert. You enjoy the evening, my friend. Did you finish Red Dead Redemption 2's epilogue yet? I'm on the final chapter of the epilogue. I'm gonna be honest, that epilogue ain't hitting, man. That epilogue is just, like, I understand why it's there, but it's just slogging through. Like, you really have to have loved Red Dead Redemption 1 and John Marston to enjoy that epilogue. That epilogue is it's not bad. It's just like, like, I'm not getting anything out of it. Like, oh shit, you know, it's just like, yeah, it ties everything together with the first Red Dead, but like, did we really need that? All right. Oh, it was Poland. Okay, Squall. Okay. Did you dig that Legend of Korra steelbook set I bought recently? Yeah, that was a nice steelbook, Colin. I ain't even going front. I'm not the biggest fan of Korra, but that steelbook was fire. I'm only 7 episodes into Demon Slayer. I need to continue. Hell yeah, you do, Maddie. And you better finish that shit up quick, because Mass Effect comes out next Friday, bro. Come on, man. Come on. Absolutely down bad for the Resident Evil 8 lady, but understandable. Hey, man, it be like that sometimes. Especially if you have like a big tittied 9-foot tall goth girlfriend. Like, that's just amazing. That's the dream, gents. That's the dream. Julian Harris, what's going on, brother? Hey, Neo, are you excited for the new Ratchet and Clank? I feel like Insomniac has not made a good entry since A Crack in Time. Am I being too hard on the franchise? Not really, Born Gamers. In terms of Ratchet and Clank, I mean, Crack in Time came out in 2009, and then they've just done small stuff here and there. And then they had the 2016 game, which was a quasi-remake of the first game, but they did things differently. No, I mean, even if you didn't like the 2016 game, there hasn't really been a lot of Ratchet and Clank games on the level of A Crack in Time, so you're not wrong in saying that. The Rift Apart definitely seems like a big step up by comparison to the Ratchet and Clank 2016 game, which was a smaller scale project. I mean, it came out at a budget price, and it was a remake of the first game. So, or maybe a reimagining is the right word to use. They tried to tie it in with a movie as well. But yeah, this one looks a hell of a lot better, and I'm excited for it. I will be showing up for that day one. Hopefully that works on launch, unlike Returnal. I mean, it's Insomniac. I have no reason to doubt them. I bought Spider-Man Miles Morales, and that worked great. Spider-Man PS4. They're a good studio, man. A good studio. Sonic Colors Ultimate is coming. Yeah, man. We're going to be getting the Sonic Colors remastered, y'all. It's just a matter of when they announce it. Probably in the next couple weeks. All right. I asked you on Twitter, is Persona 5 as good as Persona 4 Golden? I'm willing to buy a system just for the 5th installment, but I don't know if it's worth it. Okay, gameplay-wise, Persona 5 is the best in the series. Well, obviously, because it's the most recent game, and they've worked the hardest on that, considering they were working on it for damn near 8 years. Not exactly 8 years, but, you know, damn near close to it. Gameplay-wise, it's awesome. It's got the best dungeon designs. It's great. It oozes the most personality as well. For Golden, on the other hand, I like Persona 4 Golden a little bit more just because I got attached to the characters more than 5. But it doesn't matter which game you go with, whether it's Persona 4 Golden or Persona 5, you're going to have a great time. But I always recommend Persona 5, considering most people have a PlayStation 4 or access to a PlayStation 4, and they could play that game, versus Persona 4 Golden, which for the longest time, that game was only on the Vita. Now it's on PC, so everybody can play it. So yeah, play both. That's all I can tell you. All right. Oh, and then we got 2 super chats coming in. Y'all are blessing it tonight. So we got a $10 super chat coming in from the homie Gustavo Bravo. What's up, forehead? How are you? Damn, you really got to make fun of my African 5-head? He's really got to make fun of my African 5-head. I'm sorry, it's genetics. What can I tell you? Are you... I need a new prosthetic eye. My current one is too same, I assume he means small, for my eye socket. I got Resident Evil Village, and I'm enjoying it a lot more than Resident Evil 7. Forehead comment is a joke. Thanks, bro. Well, Gustavo, you the homie. You go way back, man, so it's all good. And you got to be able to joke with the homies. If you do not roast your friends, I don't know what is going on in their life. But, yeah, man, I mean, first things first. Hopefully you do get that prosthetic eye soon enough. I'm actually curious about that. So, when you get a prosthetic eye, like, this might sound mad weird, but do you get to, like, pick the colors of the irises? Like, let's say, for example, you have brown eyes, but you just wanted to have a blue eye for whatever reason. Can you pick that shit? That would sound fucking badass. Imagine getting, like, a fucking Sharingan prosthetic eye. I'm just fanboying right now, but hopefully you figure that shit out soon, bro. And, yeah, Resident Evil Village, same here, man. I'm gonna be playing through that shit soon enough. You're saying you're enjoying it more than 7. See, that's interesting because the response for Resident Evil 8, no spoilers, but the response for Resident Evil 8 has been a little polarizing. Like, there's a lot of, overwhelmingly positive, but there's a lot of people saying that they do a lot of things that people don't like. And I have a good idea of what it is just based off listening to the way they talked about it in terms of balancing horror and action, but I'll just have to form my own opinions once I play the game. But appreciate the support, Gustavo. And we have a $5 super chat coming in from Flame. Hey, Neo, did you see Nagoshi-san say that Yakuza's mainline entries, will be turn-based for Like a Dragon, and for the action games like Judgment, it'll be the sequels? Hype. Yes, I did, Flame, and that's actually going to be our next topic that we talk about. I just want to get through one last super chat. And then we got one coming in from the homie Azokwo, aka the homie Chris. What's going on, brother? Gotta support the homie. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of those early morning Devil May Cry 5 streams, man. We need that shit. But okay, so we're gonna get into our first unofficial topic of the night. And this is going to go out to all of the fans of Yakuza, Judgment, Ryuga Gotoku Studios in general. So we learned today that Judgment is going to be getting a sequel. I mean, it's kind of been the worst kept secret in the fandom, because if you follow the weird thing about Japanese developers is that for a lot of them, they'll come out and say they're doing a sequel, but they're not announcing it. Like, that's not the announcement. They'll say stuff like, oh, we're working on the next Judgment project. That's a sequel announcement if you're working on the next Judgment project. But they officially confirmed it today. It's called, what is it, like Lost in Judgment, I want to say? I was calling it Lost Judgment. I think it's Lost Judgment, but I like the term Lost in Judgment too. So we're getting a new Judgment game. It's looking pretty fucking dope. It's launching on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S. And your boy is hyped. I mean, you guys know Judgment was one of my favorite games. I'm replaying it on the Xbox Series X, and it's so fucking beautiful. It runs so smooth. So you give me more Judgment, I am a very happy camper. But we also learned that, and this is something a lot of people have been speculating on for the longest time, because Yakuza has gone in such a drastic direction, a different direction with Like a Dragon, or Yakuza 7, as it's called in Japan. People are wondering, is that going to be the future of the franchise, or is that just a spin-off title and it might become its own series? The producers came out and said, yeah, going forward for the foreseeable future, Yakuza is going to remain a Japanese RPG, whereas Judgment is going to be the action RPG. So it's tackling the best of both worlds. And honestly, I think that's a great approach, considering if we went back to another action-focused Yakuza game, they would have to introduce a new protagonist. Like, I'm just being honest. And they just got done introducing a new group of characters with Kasuga in Like a Dragon. Because I'm going to be real, I don't think we need to go back to Kiryu. We do not need to go back to Kiryu. Kiryu had his, 6 games, cameo appearances, and all that other stuff. Like, let this man rest. Let this man have a couple of years to relax. I don't mind him showing up in other games, maybe as like a side character, maybe a couple missions here and there. But I think Kiryu's had his time. You know, let it marinate for a while. Let us get accustomed to new characters, new personalities. And if you want to go back and do like a God of War 2018 style Yakuza game where it's Kiryu after a few years and, you know, those type of things, I would be definitely down for that. But going forward for the next couple of years, I'm all for Judgment being the action game, Like a Dragon, or whatever they call it, Yakuza 8 being the JRPG style, because I think you could develop both of them simultaneously into their own brands, if you will. Because you're going to have a lot of people out there who love playing Judgment, but they maybe aren't the biggest fans of JRPGs and vice versa. You have all these JRPG Dragon Quest fanatics, but maybe action games aren't their speed. So this is great news in my opinion. It sucks because that means we're going to be getting more cutscenes, but that's another discussion for another day. Okay, righty. Okay, ooh, and John McKinney's coming in with a hot $19.99 super chat. Thank you so much, brother. Not to get political, but we are. Do you think the Democrats are getting overconfident about 2022 and 2024? If 2024 is Kamala Harris versus Candace Owens, then Candace Owens has already won. Sadly, Tulsi Gabbard is the only Democrat who can beat Candace. So, yeah, everybody knows this by now. Like my channel, we talk about everything. We talk about anime, video games, self-help, personal advice, and we also delve into politics. It is what it is, and for those who don't really like that, then just don't watch the show. What can I tell you? I mean, there's 40 other billion podcasts where we can talk about the differences between PS5 and Xbox Series X multiplats that have a one frame difference. But to answer John McKinney's question in so many words, I mean, the reason why I like talking about politics is because I think it's important to stay informed on everything that's happening. But at the same time, I don't like talking about politics that's like 3-4 years down the road, which is talking about midterm elections, talking about like the next presidential election after we just got over one. And yeah, it's this exact reason, because we don't know exactly what is going to go down until we actually know what is going down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when, what was it? When Obama got elected for a second term back in 2012, a lot of the Republicans were saying like, oh yeah, we're going to run a staunch conservative. We're going to run somebody who can punch back. And there was a lot of talk about Ted Cruz potentially being the candidate, Ben Carson, all that stuff. And then Trump ended up being the nominee. So that's why I don't really like to go too far out and talk about grooming candidates for the next position, because sometimes they might not even want to run, or they're just going to run such a horrible campaign that it's like, why you just squandered us the vote. And one thing I've always noticed is that depending on what happens, like Democrats might view this as a win. Like, yeah, we got Biden in the office. We did this, we did that. Just like that, the Republicans are going to clap back in the midterm elections. They're going to get mobilized and motivated. And it's going to be the same shit over and over again. Just like when Obama won the first time and the second time too, Republicans won big in the midterm elections. Like, this shit always happens. So, you know, it is what it is. Like, I mean, I don't really subscribe to either party's ideologies. I have a little bit of both. So I guess I'm kind of like a centrist, but I don't really like labeling myself as a Republican or a conservative or a Democrat or a liberal, because it's just, you say you're one and then people automatically think they know you and they assume what you're talking about. They assume you know what you're saying and blah, blah, blah. And it's just a whole bunch of nonsense, you know? And frankly, a lot of the people who are running are just a whole bunch of clowns. Like, let's just be honest. Like Candace Owens, like, I don't like her, but she's a fucking clown. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Republicans were willing to back Donald Trump with all the crazy shit he said. Which, despite whether or not you like Trump, like, let's be honest, that man has said some crazy shit. All of them do, but Trump has said some crazy shit. Candace Owens is going to be no different. Like, people are going to try to cancel her. It's not going to fucking work. It isn't, you know, because it didn't work with Trump. And we ended up getting Trump. So, yeah, I would say my advice is the Democrats just be very cautious. Because just because you got people to vote for you, that doesn't mean that you got people to continue to vote for you. Because people begrudgingly drag themselves to the polls to vote for Biden. Like, there's so many people out there who are just like, yo, I'm all about bringing down the police state. I'm all about bringing down the industrial prison complex. Yet they went ahead and voted for Kamala Harris, which... but yeah, it's just a whole bunch of clowns at the circus. That's all I can really say. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Back when Obama was elected, let's see. I want to say I was in 10th grade. So I was 15. Well, when he got elected, I was 15. The year he got inaugurated, I was going to be 16. Yeah. Time flies, man. There's BS on both sides and labels taking out the nuance of people and their political views. I think party loyalty is dangerous. Absolutely. It absolutely is, man. Absolutely is. That's what happens because people get too gung-ho, and it's tribalism. Just like people get into tribalism about video game consoles, about PlayStation and Xbox. It's the same thing. Like, where do you think they get that from? They get that from politics. That's how it is. And I think depending on who the candidate is, there could be good stuff that comes from them. Like, I'm just going to be honest. Like, Trump has done some wild shit, but he's also done some decent shit. Just like Obama. He did some wild shit that people cover up, but he's done some decent shit. So it is what it is. Like, no one's going to be perfect. It's impossible to strive for perfection, especially in that role. And it doesn't matter at the end of the day because people are still going to hate you. Either way, you know? Oh, man. Okay, but let's get back onto the game. Oh, hey, what's going on, Fonz? How you doing, bro? I didn't even see you there, man. Hope all is well. Okay, so let's get back to some gaming questions. All right. Do you like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate or Kingdom Hearts 3? That's kind of a weirdly vague question. Like, really framed question. Like, you gotta pick one. I think both are cool. I mean, Smash Bros. Ultimate is the game I would prefer, considering the sheer amount of volume of content in that game. But I enjoy playing Kingdom Hearts 3 because of the gameplay. I mean, the story in that game was just gutter trash, but the gameplay was on point after they patched it. How you're attached to the Persona 4 cast is how I'm attached to the Persona 3 cast. Yeah, Samson, when you get attached to a Persona cast, like, it doesn't matter if it's the worst Persona game, arguably. I mean, and even the worst Persona games are still good. I mean, like, what's the worst Persona game people always say? Persona 1? People always say Persona 4 because of the Scooby-Doo style story. But people always say 1 because of its age. Even 1 has its moments, you know? I'm not saying it's amazing, but it has its moments, and it paved the way to give us the God game, Persona 2. Such a good game. But yeah, you're always gonna, like, love that cast, whatever cast you love, and the game they're in. Like, it's just, you can't. Like, yeah, people make the jokes about Persona 4. I still love these characters. I still love them. Like, legit, by the end of Persona 4, I was a shambling mess. I cried twice playing that game. I cried twice at the regular ending, and I cried twice at the true ending. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, man. Oh, we got a $4.99 super chat coming in from Ichor14. I think I got my Roman numerals right. If not, oh my God, Final Fantasy be damned. Sup, Neo? Hope you're good, man. I'm doing swell. Hope you're doing good, brother. 2 questions. He's got 2 of them things. I got 2 questions. What are your thoughts on Kevin Samuels, and what type of PC do you have? All right. So as far as the PC question is concerned, I got a gaming PC. That's all I can really say, y'all. So I bought this. It's actually a pre-built gaming PC. I got it from Micro Center. Ooh. Actually, it's been an entire year since I've had this new rig. Yay! Anniversary time, you guys. That's the only anniversary I'm celebrating. But I got this PC a year ago because I wanted to get back into doing more streams and content creation. Like, I've been on YouTube for a long time, but for the most part, YouTube has kind of been my it's like my diary in a sense. Like, I would get on, I'd record a video, upload it, and then that was it. But last summer during quarantine, since I had more free time, I was like, you know, let me start making more YouTube videos. But the computer I had before was ancient. That computer was almost 10 years old. So obviously I couldn't do what I wanted to do. And I know what y'all are saying. Neo, why do you have a 10-year-old gaming computer in your house? Like, wouldn't you upgrade every couple of years? You see, I would have if I had the desire to have a really powerful gaming PC. I didn't necessarily need that because whenever I would stream or record a video, it would only be like once a week, once every other week. So I didn't really need to have all the fastest, best specs. And I did all of my gaming on consoles and handheld. And I still do now, even with this gaming PC. Like, my GPU that I have is like a, what is it? 5700 XT. I don't even know my CPU or motherboard. I could look it up, but all I know is it plays games 1440p. I get my 60 frames per second, and it does what I need to do in terms of streaming, in terms of video editing. It's great. Eventually, I do want to upgrade the GPU once they all get in stock, but I don't really need it right now. For the style of work that I do right now, everything here, it does what I need to. I mean, I spent like $1,100, so it better do what I need to. But yeah, it's definitely been an incredibly good asset for me, especially with all the content creation, and that's how we're able to do all these streams so easily. Like before, you know, because I didn't have an SSD, just because I didn't care. When I would turn on my computer, no lie, you guys, it would take like upwards of 10 minutes to get everything fully situated. But now I turn on my PC and within 30 seconds, everything is good to go. So yeah, that's like, it's a gaming PC, and I also happen to edit and stream on it as well. And the first part of the question, what are your thoughts on Kevin Samuels? Oh, you mean the Godfather? You mean the GOAT? Kevin Samuels. Yeah, that's my guy right there. So Kevin Samuels, I'm sure many of y'all have heard of him by now. If you haven't, just go on YouTube and type in Kevin Samuels. He's the truth. That's all I can freaking say. He does this daily night show where he just talks about a lot of the things going on in life, in society. But within the past year, he's really focused and honed in that content on a lot of women who have unrealistic expectations about the dating market and what they're entitled to. Like, he spent years building this up, talking about like self-help stuff for men in terms of appearance, in terms of getting your money right, in terms of your purpose and your passion. But it's only been in the last year that he's really fucking blown up. Like, I started watching him last summer when he was at like 70,000 subs, and now he's closing in on 1 million subscribers, which is absolutely insane. And it's 8 o'clock, so my lights automatically just turned on. But yeah, he's dope. Like, he's definitely making the content that I think a lot of people need to hear right now, whether you agree with him or not, whether you think that he's a little too harsh, what have you. I mean, life is harsh. Like, everyone likes to be coddled and told this and told that, but he just tells it like it is. And that's what I love about him. You know, like, I don't agree with him on everything, but that's the beauty in life. You don't have to agree with everybody on everything. And he's telling people stuff that nobody else is right now that they should be hearing. So it's very cool stuff. All right. Let's see. Yo, I found you from all the old rants. They were so entertaining. Oh, Drip. Those are those old school rants I used to do. I was going off on them shits, bro. It was so much fun, man. I remember I did a whole Black Friday rant where I was just cursing the fuck out of all those people who trampled a innocent Walmart. It was like a Walmart or Kmart employee. They trampled them over a damn $200 flat screen TV. And I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? I went off on some of those rants, man. Okay. $2 super chat from Ryazaki Koizumi. Bruh, I need a new card. I was on that 4K 60 life. Yeah, I remember you saying that your old GPU died. Bro, it's damn near impossible. Like, my boy, he's selling he has two 1080 Ti's. He's selling both of them for $500. Now, I don't know if he's going to get $500 for each, but that's how crazy the GPU market is right now. Old ass GPUs are selling for a couple $100s. That's wild. Hey, Bree, what's going on, sis? Hope you're doing well. It's been a while since I've seen you. Hey, Neo, what's your favorite YouTuber? Honestly, I don't really have a favorite YouTuber, Michael. I just watch a whole bunch of other people. Like, if I'm subscribed to somebody, that means I enjoy their content. It doesn't mean I enjoy their content so much more than anybody else, because like, different content creators do different things for me. So like, for example, people I love watching, obviously Scott the Woz. He only does videos every couple of weeks, but they're really well done videos and they're very funny. I love Scott the Woz. Of course, I'm subscribed to the usual like social media outlets for Xbox, PlayStation. Like, just going down on my subscription list, I watch a whole bunch of okay, hold up. I'm just everybody and their dog wants to text you when you're streaming. That's just, anyone who's getting into streaming, just know that a lot of people will just start hitting you up randomly during your stream. It just happens. I'm sorry. Hey y'all, Scott here. I love Scott. I watch why is my YouTube app? Hold on. There we go. Okay. So, like, I'm just going down my subscription list, all right? So, Randall Thor, 19, of course, the man with the million. You got to watch him. King of Lighting, as you guys know. Joe 10. This was Ron Miyaku, Joe 10. Jake Baldino. That's my homie. We go way back, like, 10 years ago. Holy shit. Of course, Black Bond. Comic Book Cast 2. Markiplier. I follow a bunch of, like, health and fitness channels as well. Let's see what we got here. Funimation, Midnight's Edge, Comics Explained, Gore the Movie God, the Review Tech USA, Last Stand Media, Donkey, of course, you gotta have Donkey, Yuri of Wind, let's see, Greg Doucette, More Plates, More Dates, Elliot Hulse, Kevin Samuels, and this is just all stuff from today. There's a lot of other channels, and I follow a lot of smaller channels, homies I met on Twitter, who I think have potential and good content. Of course, all of Linus Tech Tips, all of his YouTube channels I follow because I love Linus. Mark the Geek. Let's see. A bunch of anime music cover channels like Pelika, Jonathan Young, Amelie, Nate Wants to Battle. Let's see. Mr. Sunday Movies, The Roommates Podcast, Spawn Wave, Jeremy Johns. There's and all the homies. Anyone who I talk about, I usually follow them in their content, Oh, okay, that's good to see, Bree. Okay, you out here grinding. That's what we love to see right there. Keep on keeping on. Mexican Zoidberg said, trampling over a TCL, King David is not pleased. Yo, it's a fact. If the king saw that shit, he'd be like, what the hell is this? Nah, he'd say they deserve that shit. Comic Book Cast 2 does too much clickbaiting and misinformation. Yeah. I've seen that before, and I've talked to Armin about that. Especially with the spoiler stuff. The spoiler stuff is what gets me. Because it's like, listen, I know you're excited, but you don't need to be dropping no Mandalorian Season 2 finale spoilers an hour after it happens. Like, people are still asleep, bro. Yeah. Yeah, Jonathan Young, that's my homie. Simply, what's up? Nicholas, what's up? Only the real OGs remember Markiplier and Yamiyashi playthroughs. Yeah, taking it way back, Atlanta, taking it way back. Linus is great. Yes, he is, Johan. I love Linus. Hey, what's up, Don? How you doing? Neo, did you see the video about the real reason why the McDonald's ice cream machine is always broken? I didn't, but I heard about that. Why is the McDonald's ice cream machine always broke? Did they do that on purpose to get people to come back? Like, what's the reason? Is it too expensive? What's the reason? I just wonder what TCLs did to King David. Yo, I'm trying to figure that shit out myself, Flame. He's got this irrational hatred for TCL TVs. Like, did the owner of TCL, like, I don't know, like piss in his cornflakes or something? I gotta figure it out. No, but I think he hates the people that, he doesn't hate people like that, but one thing that he always does is that he calls people who play on PlayStation TCL gamers. Because he said every single time he gets someone who disagrees with them, he goes to their page and they got a TCL TV. So I think that's why he hates them so much. King David is the homie. Lots of love to my Iron Lord brothers. Yes, that's a fact, Fonz. I love the guys at ILP. And fun fact, I've actually met King David in the real. That's the crazy part about it. We live like somewhat close by to each other, which is insane. Because I remember when I first got on the podcast, we were just talking about just like random shit. And, like I was mentioning, like, yeah, I'm about to head over here to that place. And then King Dave was like, yeah, I know that place. And I was like, how do you know this place? And he says, yeah, I live over here. I was like, oh, shit. And then we actually met up at the gym, too, which was wild. That's the homie right there, Fonz. TCL TVs are cheap, so he's just calling Sony dudes cheap bargain bin shoppers. Yeah. And that's the wild thing about that, Fonz. I had a TCL TV last year. That TCL TV was my first 4K TV. Because I didn't know anything about 4K TVs, and I know I wanted a good one, but I wasn't ready to ball out yet. So I was like, yo, let me get this nice TV for like $600, and we'll see how this shit is, right? And then a few months later, I upgraded to my Sony. And I gave that TCL TV to my mom. My mom doesn't care. She's just like, wow, it's so pretty. Smart TV functionality. But yo, them now we all talking about TCL TVs in the chat. I mean, TCL, Vizio, like they're decent budget brands, especially if you like just want to get into like 4K or things like that. It's a nice entry starting price. It's not going to break the bank. And nobody buys them expecting they're like, yo, you're going to get that LG CX. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be honest, a TCL TV is way better than a Sanyo and a Westinghouse and all that shit. That's Like, I saw somebody coming out of Costco one time, and they had like a 55. He had like a 55-inch. What was that thing called? A high. I don't even know what the brand name is, Fonz. It's a high sense or something like that. And I was like, I was looking at I was with my sister at the time. I just looked over at her and I was just like, and she's like, why? I'm like, yo, that brand. And it's always funny when you talk about brands for TVs and shit. Normal people really don't care for the most part. They see like Samsung and Sony's and they're thinking, oh, those are great brands. But you know, I'm fine with this Vizio and I'm fine with this TCL. But what, like, all right. So here's a story. I told this before, everybody knows, but so a few months ago, I matched with this chick on Tinder, right? And it was going pretty good. It's going pretty good, man. Going pretty good. We went on one date. It was awesome first date. And she invited me back over to her place. And I was like, huh, look at this. Look at this. In a pandemic, look at this. Went back to her crib and everything. We were having a nice time. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, hey, you want to put on a movie? And I said, sure, throw me the remote. So she threw me the remote. And it was a Roku joint. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe she got a TCL TV. Like, it's not bad. TCL TVs are decent. I can work with this. That girl had a 55-inch Westinghouse. I know what y'all are saying. Oh, Neo, look at you. You get yourself a Sony TV and you bragging about that shit. All right, you want me to put this shit into perspective? All right, check this out. Turn on that TV. It had to load to start. I'm talking, I saw a reticle on the screen. And I was like, all right, this ain't bad, man. We'll deal with this. Bro, I hit, this is my iPhone, but for remote purposes, right? I hit the right arrow. Right? Watch this. I hit the right arrow. This is when it registered. So I literally hit it. Register. And then I was like, oh God, this is not okay. So we loaded up Hulu and we're watching Superbad. Watching Superbad, man. Great movie, right? So I was like, all right, movie starting. Oh, it's a little low, the volume. Let me just crank this up. I had to put that bitch up to 85 in order to hear anything. Bro, the speakers on that joint were like this big. How old was that TV? It couldn't have been more than, I want to say, 2-ish years old, because it had like the modern Roku layout and everything. But those TVs are very cheap for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So every time, listen, if you're gonna get yourself a 4K TV, go for a Vizio or go for a TCL. Don't mess with no Sanyos, no Westinghouse, please. Listen, you'd rather take the heat of owning a TCL from King David than a Westinghouse. Because if you get a Westinghouse, the whole street coming after you. Series X plus PlayStation 5 plus the LG CX is heaven. Yes, Fonz, it absolutely is. And I regret, even though I love my Sony joint, this is my baby. I don't know why I have a 65-inch in my damn room, but you know, I do. I really wish I got that LG CX. I should have just ponied up the extra $200, taken the 55-inch versus the 65, but I was thinking, nah, I'll be fine with this. Man, I should have got that OLED. But you know, it is what it is. I'll just cop one next year. Cause I got this shit 65-inch Sony Bravia X900 for like $900. That I think that's a pretty damn good deal. So I think no. It was more than $200. It was like $400 the difference. That's why I went to. Damn, people are still on the whole damn it's loading. Yep, it is. Yo, it was doing one of those, David. Oh my God. It really was doing that. I was like, wait, what? Ugh. How are you going to get that TV out of your room? Well, I got it in my room, so I could get it out of my room. Don't OLEDs go out quicker? Okay, so, Bree, what you're referring to is OLED burn-in, which is a real thing that happens. But with the LG CXs and everything, Fonz, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think it's that much of a problem. Like, they incorporated new technology in the newer OLEDs to prevent burn-in, or at the very least, minimize it to a crazy low degree. But then I heard there's something along the lines of some apps having weird issues that could cause more burn-in if you leave them on overnight. That's what I understand anyway. I still want to get an OLED, like no questions asked. Debating on dropping the cash to get a Sony OLED or just get a TCL and suffer the wrath of King David. Well, it depends on what your budget is, Don. What's your budget? How much you willing to drop? LG has software that minimizes burn-in. Okay, there we go. Ah, there we go. See, there you go. Copy. Thank you very much, gentlemen. $2 super chat from Flame. Man, watch Mando on an OLED. You ain't going back. Yo, I know. Like, I went to my boy's crib and he has, believe it or not, he has the 48-inch LG CX. That was very weird to see because I always see the 55 and the 65, but then there's that 48-inch. We were watching, not Endgame, Infinity War. That shit, bro, the first opening sequence when they're on that ship and Thanos is coming through, son. And that's the moment I realized I fucked up by not getting an OLED. That moment right there. Let's see. Neo, random question, but what's your favorite cartoon? I mean, there's so many of them, man. Are we talking like old school joints from like the 90s? There's a lot of shit. I mean, I'm tempted to say Ed, Edd n Eddy. Because Ed, Edd n Eddy is that show where I just put it on and no matter what my mood is, that shit makes me laugh. That show is a trip. But, I mean, let's talk about some classics. You know, Rugrats. I loved watching Cat Dog. Hey Arnold is one of my all-time personal favorites. What else, man? What else? Like, if we're talking like what I think is definitively like the greatest Western cartoon, that's got to be Avatar: The Last Airbender. Y'all know this by now. I hype that show up to no tomorrow. It's so good. Stop it, you guys. I know I fucked up. I know. But yeah, like there's a lot of like smaller stuff here and there. Like Recess was really fun. Of course, SpongeBob is great. But yeah, if I had to pick like definitively like the best Western cartoon, it would have to be Avatar: The Last Airbender. All right, let's see. OLED is cool, but at the 60 hertz TV era, I think monitors are the way to go. Are there 90 hertz TVs? No, it's just 60 and 120 hertz. Nothing in between. Let's see. You need to check Jack Move Johnny because he always slanders Ed, Edd n Eddy. Oh, he knows. Yeah, he always does this. One of my best friends actually does that too, Danny. He doesn't like Ed, Edd n Eddy. And I'm just like, I just like shun. All right. Oh, we got a $5 super chat coming in from Abimbola. Invincible should change his superhero name and give it to Ethan Winters. I love how the show is called Invincible, and yo, that child is anything but invincible. No spoilers, but that guy. Choo choo. That's all I gotta say. Anyone who's seen it will know. Oh god. Yeah, but Ethan Winters, that boy, Ethan Winters could fall off of the fucking Big Ben. He could fall, break every damn bone in his body, and he could just get up, dust himself off, and be like, just another ordinary London morning. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this man? This dude pours some shit on. Feeling better. Have you seen Don't Toy With Me, Nagatoro? I can't say that I have, Fear. Invader Sim. Oh, that's a classic. Corey Gryffindor. That's a classic. Static Shock. Yup. One zip and you zap. Go Against Evil. Get Trapped. Classic right there. Neo, do you like Seinfeld? Yeah, Seinfeld's fun. It's another one of those shows where I can just put on any episode and have fun. Did you get to play Monster Hunter Rise yet? What are your thoughts? No, I have not. Dragon's Path. That's been the one game that I'm gonna leave over there because I have so many other games to work through at the moment that I can't get to it. Hey, we got a $5 super chat coming in from the homie Funds. Really love what you do here, bro. Always enjoy your perspective. And by the way, that Invincible is great though. That train, choo-choo. That train scene, bro. Yo, first things first, appreciate the super chat, brother. And yo, dude, I was watching that shit and I have to find the exact gif of my face. But I was watching that shit, that whole scene that I'm not going to spoil, but it involves a train. I was just sitting there and I was like, damn, he's really getting this shit handed to him. Oh God. Okay, now they're on the tracks. All right, they're going, all right. That's literally how it happened. Like, literally just like, that finale was wild, bro. Omni-Man was 100% out of pocket. And I have a feeling by the end of the stream, I'm just going to be spoiling Invincible. Oh, God. Oh, God. Nah, Fonz, did you see what I retweeted today of that scene and they spliced it with Spider-Man 2? Did you get Resident Evil Village yet? I want to get it, but I only have an Xbox One S and I would rather not suffer. What is the performance on the One S like? Probably like 900p 30 frames per second, I think. Maybe. I wouldn't be like, I mean, they got the original Resident Evil 7 to be 60 frames though, so shouldn't Village, but I don't know, maybe there's like crazy frame drops on it. But yeah, I did get Village. I have not really put a lot of time into it outside 10 minutes, so I'm gonna do that after the stream. 900p 30. Oh yeah, I would hold off on that simply. I would hold off on that. Have you been watching Dragon Quest Die? No, that's on my list. That is definitely on my list because I've heard surprisingly good things. I'm seeing some people say Korra is better than Avatar. That is factually incorrect, but you're entitled to your opinion. What did it start loading when Falcon sent the cap to your left? I just joined, but you saw that Lost Judgment trailer today? Yeah, I did, Smith, and that shit got me excited. You can walk fucking dogs in that game. That's 10 out of 10. OLEDs are basically chocolate for the ladies. She gonna have the best time. Hey, yo, Flame! Yeah, facts. Let's see. Hey, video game lover, how you doing, brother? Let's see. I'm trying to scroll back on some of the other questions. What is your stance on the recent Halo Infinite controversy? Some people are saying Infinite needs to be game-changing, and some people are saying Infinite just needs to be a fun, enjoyable game. So for those who are unaware, there was a person who went on, I believe it was Reddit. It might be Reset Era. I'm not sure. But there was someone out there who claimed to work on Halo Infinite at one of the support studios. And he was saying how everything was a mess. Management they didn't set realistic expectations for the scale and scope. Basically everything that we've already heard before about Halo Infinite's development. And in addition to that, that's prompted a lot of people to have an honest dialogue about what Halo Infinite needs to be. Now, if anyone who's been following the channel for the past year, you guys know my stance on Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite can't come out and be another Halo 5. It can't be another Halo 4. It cannot divide the fan base. It just can't. Halo Infinite needs to be the best Halo game that's ever come out. And I'm not saying that in terms of it has to have the best story. I'm not saying that in terms of it has to have the best gameplay. But everything about this game has to be firing on all cylinders. It has to knock everything out of the park. It has to. It doesn't need to be a perfect game, but it can't come out and be anything but phenomenal. This needs to be a game that the industry stops and stares at for a good reason. Not bad reason. This needs to be a game that has a lot of people looking at Xbox like, damn, I need to get an Xbox, or I need to get a Game Pass subscription, or I need to buy this on PC. This game can't just be a game that comes out half-baked and then they fix it over the next 2 years like they did the Master Chief Collection. I'm sorry, like, it has to be great. And that isn't me setting my expectations to a crazy unrealistic degree. Halo has not been Halo since Halo 3. Like, I'm just gonna be real. Like, we've had some good games. I really loved Halo Reach. I enjoyed aspects of 4. I enjoyed aspects of 5, but nothing has ever just hit like the complete package like Halo did back in the day. And I think that if anything, Infinite needs to be that game that unites the fandom. It needs to unite all the people together. And they're doing some good things about it. I do like the idea that Halo is going to be free to play, the multiplayer portion. I think that's the best way that they can realistically compete in a market where free to play games are king. Warzone, Fortnite, Apex Legends. Those are the top games that people are playing. So for Halo to come out, you can't just release a $60 game with multiplayer and expect people to jump on board. Like that has to be free. And then having 120 FPS mode is awesome. And they're doing good things, but it's just the execution and how I don't know. I'm just really questioning like Microsoft's leadership. Like, yes, they delayed the game an entire year to give it polish, but guys, let's be real. If they showed off that initial gameplay and nobody made a stink about it, they were going to launch that game at the end of 2020. That's what worries me about the Xbox leadership right now. I love Phil Spencer. I love everything that the team has been doing in terms of backwards compatibility, in terms of FPS boosts, the marketing. All that stuff has been amazing. But the optics of looking at Halo Infinite in the state that it was, looking at that as early as July and saying, yeah, this is good. Let's show this off to people. And this game is coming out in 4 months. That is scary, because then you have to start questioning all the other games that they have in the works. Because if they looked at Halo Infinite and they thought that this was okay, what is that saying about all the other games that are coming out? That's what really got me nervous. Like, the delay is whatever, good. It's going to make the game better, but the people running it thought this was okay? I don't know. That's what kind of bothers me about the situation. Let's see. Let's check in with the comments. You and I are on the same page with Halo. I though have very little faith in 343. That said, I'm hoping for the best. Yeah, that's the thing, Fonz. Like, this is 343's last chance. They've been doing a great job on the Master Chief Collection, porting it to PC. Like, all that has been amazing. But the Master Chief Collection launched broken. For years, it was broken. Ugh. Like, yeah, it's a redemption story, but why does it need to be a redemption story? Why can't it just come out and work just fine? That's my issue. And apparently talent is a revolving door at 343 Industries, which is what worries me. You're not culturing a community, longevity, things like that. Like, when you look at Naughty Dog, yeah, people come and go, but there is a legit culture at Naughty Dog, at Rockstar, at Insomniac. At 343, I don't know what's happening there. It gets even worse. Phil didn't even watch that Halo trailer before it dropped on the show. Talk about dropping the ball. Are you serious? Fonz, can you like Twitter DM me that information? Because I am going to be very surprised. Like, how are you the head of Xbox and you don't watch what is going to be your big marquee title for the fall? Whoo! Oh boy. Wow, that's a little scary. But yeah, that's my whole stance on the whole 343 situation. I mean, it's kind of no news. Like, we knew there were problems happening. But the game comes out in 6 months. They got 6 months to make something better. I've been following the updates and the game looks great. The sound design looks fantastic. Like, they're definitely doing the thing with this, but will it all come together in the end? That's the question of the day. All right. What are your thoughts on Legend of Korra? It's got a couple of good aspects, a couple of good characters, mainly the villains, but overall, I think it's pretty inferior to The Last Airbender in a lot of ways. I'm not a big fan of the Korra character. I'm just not a fan of any of like the main characters, to be honest. Like, even the ones that are like not as bad, they're just kind of, wow, really? Like, we went from such a strong cast with Zuko to these guys. Oh, that's awesome. The villains are cool though. I really do love the villains. All right, let's see. Man, I gotta say, Lost Judgment's box art is awful. The hands are creepy. It looks weird, bro. I'm not going front. Hopefully we get a different cover art. We'll see. Probably not. Have you watched Hunter x Hunter yet, Neo? Yeah, I've seen Hunter x Hunter. It's one of my faves. Neo, that's cap. Yeah, it's a fact, simply. All right, let's see. Oh, God, Johan. I just remembered that. That's true. That's true. Hey, Neo, would you mind hosting a live space on Twitter so we can ask you questions directly? I've definitely been interested in doing the live space thing. It seems like a lot of fun. I joined in on Broken Games HD's, and he was talking about Returnal. That was really cool. So I think it'd be like a nice way for us to talk about a topic and just all chill and hang out. That'll be cool. What do you guys think about that? To be honest, Korra be taking hella L's from the villain. Yeah, but them villains, they're hype. They're hype, man. Can't wait to start Resident Evil. Hey, you enjoy it, brother. You enjoy it. I'm about to play it after this. When are we getting your reaction of young Neo reviewing Naruto Uzumaki Chronicles? I should really do that soon, Corey Gryffindor. I know we all joked about it, but I definitely think I should do that, especially for all the new people to see where I was and where I started and where I'm at now. That's a great idea. Hey, Neo, would you consider streaming games while doing this? So I don't really do too many streams of me playing games and also trying to talk to the comments that much because you kind of have to split your brain. You're either entertaining the audience or you're being really good at the game, and it's kind of hard to do both at the same time. So I try my best, but I like doing these streams where the only thing I have to focus on is you guys, which is why we don't have crazy, like a lot of people question, why don't you make this into like a semi podcast where you talk about news stories? Because if I was doing that, I'd have to structure it in a way where I tackle all the topics and then I would tackle the comment section. But by that point, it's kind of like, well, we've moved on. And then, you guys get what I'm saying? Like, I like doing this Ask Neo as just like a chill place for people to come and hang out. Okay, that's good. Those Twitter live spaces, nice. I love to get on spaces and debate with you about Korra. I'm gonna open your eyes. You can try simply, but my eyes are already open, as Sasuke says. Happy Neo Long Day, y'all. Oh, that's a fact. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to a beautiful, beautiful black queen. Neo should do Mario Party on stream. You see, I would do that, but that requires spending $60 on a mediocre Mario Party game. But, ugh. If we do get a new avatar, what would you want? I'd want a completely new story, like with another avatar. And if we don't get that, I wouldn't mind a prequel story talking about Kiyoshi. It would have to be done right, though. It would have to be done right. I know a lot of people want an avatar story that takes place between the end of Last Airbender and before the beginning of Korra. I think that'd be interesting to see their adult adventures, but I don't know. That's always a dicey thing to do. Like a midquel. Like sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. And then sequel series is just, He said Korra is better than the first season of Avatar? Nah, Corey Gryffindor, that was a foundation season. Hey, Neo, did you ever get around to playing Katana Zero? You know what's funny? I downloaded it on Game Pass, but I just never touched it. There's a lot of shit to play, guys. There's a lot of shit these days. I just want an Earthbender avatar. Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice if we got like a different series for each element. I seriously loved all your NGS rants and the Naruto Shippuden Disney XD rant too. Oh, classic Drip. Classic. Yeah, I've heard good things about Katana Zero. Well, the last game I played, like indie game I really played and loved was Celeste. That was a lot of fun. I didn't expect myself to love it so much, but I did. Celeste was cool. Let's see what else. There's Katana Zero I gotta play. I gotta play The Messenger. There's another one that people are always getting on me to play. I forgot. Is Persona 5 an easy platinum? It's not impossible. It's actually pretty easy. It's doable. Definitely doable. I'm sorry, but Aang, Katara, and Sokka as a group are boring. When Toph joins, their group dynamic is more fun. Yeah, but we had to build to that point, Corey Gryffindor. See, that's the thing. We built up to that. Nier Automata was a hidden gem for Game Pass, in my opinion. Facts. Yo, Neo, you have to play Katana Zero. Damn, that's like the 5th person here. Shit. I might have to add it to the list. But let's see. Right now, I'm going through Resident Evil 8. Then I got to finish up Nier Replicant. Trying to think, because I don't really like Judgment. Yeah, I'm playing it, but I'm not actively trying to finish it because I just played it last year. So Resident Evil 8, Nier Replicant, and then I'm just working on a couple other things, trying to finish up stuff. I did continue playing Persona 5 Royal, so there's that. What else? Yeah, I'm really just focused on a handful of games that I know I could finish because I already know next Friday, guys. Next Friday, it's fucking over. I'm not playing anything else but Mass Effect. Like, I'm going through all 3 of them games. It's going to be messy. It's going to be amazing. And I can't fucking wait. It's going to be awesome. I got to do that Ask Neo early next week.
Have you checked out Control? Same creators behind Quantum Break and Alan Wake. Yes, I did, Chris B. I'm like 2 hours left. I have to finish. Every time I get to the end of a game, I get distracted by something else or work comes up and it's just like, damn it. At one point, there were 5 games that I was all within the cusp of finishing, and I just never finished them until 1 week where it's like, yeah, I finished 5 games. Like, how the fuck did you finish 5 games? Oh, no. These games were like almost done, and I just swept it up. Been going through Nier Replicant, but Apex Legends with the new season drop has been distracting me. Also, final assignments have been in the way. Yeah, I heard that new Apex season was pretty good outside of the server issues in the beginning. One of these days, I'm going to play Apex, man. Or at least actually play it consistently. Like, I've done a few rounds, but nothing like, I don't know. I want to be like the cool kids who have a game that they always play. Like, for some people, it's Destiny. For some people, it's Fortnite. For others, it's Apex. I'm just, like, I play it with my boys, and then that's it. And then there'll be, like, a week or two where we don't play it. Did you see the trailer for the Sailor Moon movie that's going to be on Netflix? I didn't, but I did see the trailer on my feed to know that it's happening. So I'll probably check it out. Dude, I just watched Zombieland 2 for the first time. It's good. Don't want another movie in fear that they'll milk it to death. I just remembered I live near a cemetery. Oh, no. Yeah, I heard the second Zombieland movie was actually decent, which usually doesn't happen for sequels that are done, 10 plus years later. Oh, that's good. Once I finish Nier, I need to get back to Yakuza 5 and get to 6 and Like a Dragon. Oh, this man's about to dive into some Yakuza greatness. Yakuza 5 is just an awesome game, Corey. I really loved it. And Like a Dragon is really fun, too. I love the cast, but man, Corey, just prepare for cutscenes. Just prepare for that shit, bro. And I know you love Kingdom Hearts, so you know cutscenes, but this shit different, bro. At least with Kingdom Hearts, you get more gameplay. I think that Korra would have been better if they actually mapped this shit out from the beginning. Because I remember when Korra first was announced, they said that this is just going to be like a 1-season thing. This wasn't going to be anything else. But they got a season renewal, I think, halfway through, which really messed with like their writing. And they also didn't have one of the head writers from Avatar: The Last Airbender. So the other guys had to do all this shit for themselves, which is why it was kind of wonky. Did you see the new trailer for the Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade? No. I'm trying to go into that game as fresh as I can. So I didn't see any trailer outside of the very first one they came out with. Bro, besides YouTube and gaming, what do you do for a living and for a fun hobby? Well, as far as what I do for a living, I work multiple jobs. I like keeping myself busy. And by that, I mean living in New York is not cheap. So I work in aviation. That's my primary field. And then on the side, every now and then, I work as a bartender / server. But I haven't really been doing that a lot during the quarantine because it's been obviously dead-ish with the pandemic. So I just reduced my availability at the job. So I'm usually only there like once a week, once every other week. Before I was there like 3 nights a week, mainly on the weekends. But yeah, as far as what I do for fun outside of this stuff, you guys, I mean, to be honest, I'm a very boring person. I live a very structured lifestyle. So, for example, right, like let's just take an off day, for example. I'm usually off on Fridays. So Fridays, like in the morning, I wake up, I go to the gym, I come home, I take care of whatever errands I have to do. And then if I have a stream to do, I prep myself for the stream. I do the stream. After the stream, I get some food and then I relax and game. On days when I'm not doing streams and stuff, I usually since the weather is getting really good right now, I've started going on a lot of long walks. So I've been, funny enough, driving my car to places that have really nice trails. And I've just been walking and just enjoying the sights. Sometimes I'll actually bring a book with me, not like on my phone, but actually a book from my library that I have to read. And I would just sit there in nature and read about stuff and just take in the scenery, take in just like the fresh air and just enjoy myself, especially with the past year that we all have had. It's been a very stressful year. So it's always good to take those moments to just breathe and relax. So that's what I do to sort of kill time when I'm not doing video game stuff or working, whether it's at the job or here on YouTube, because this YouTube stuff takes a lot of time too. But yeah, I'm a very chill guy. I just read books. I'm getting back into reading. There was a period when I was younger I read a lot, but in like early adulthood didn't really do a lot of reading. So now I'm back on that. Yeah, like I'm very simple. Like I hang out with my friends. I go to the movies. We go do stuff like whenever there's events or recreational activities. Like that's just it, you know. I don't live like the most exciting life, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what people deem as exciting these days. Well, there's kids outside right now, and the sun has set, which lets you know summer is here. Oh, take it easy, Maddie. You have a good one, bro. Thanks for coming to the stream. All right, let's see. What is your hair routine? What products do you use? I want to try some new stuff. Well, right now I'm using Scotch Porter. So it's SCOTCH, Scotch, and then Porter, PORTER. I've been using their products for like the past couple of months, and they're really good. I love their conditioner. Well, I mainly got them for like the beard stuff and everything. And that stuff works great. So I tried the hair and the shampoo and stuff, and that's good. But what the fuck is this? I just found a green. This is like looks like it was like a party streamer something. Little green thing. I'm about to say, unless I have green hair now. Oh my god. But yeah, I'm very simple. Just a nice conditioner, nice shampoo. And then you just go from there, man. I just chill, work, smoke, and blow backs the Neo way. Dimwit! You're not wrong. You're not wrong. That's why you're a mod. What PS2 games would you recommend to me? Ooh, dude, that's a lot. I mean, it'd be mainly RPGs. It'd be Devil May Cry 3. There's a lot of shit, man. There's a ton of shit. Biotin shampoo makes the hair look thick and full. Yep, it's good to have some biotin in you. That's actually one of the ingredients in Scotch Porter stuff. Quick question. If you can only play one of these game series forever, which would it be? Crash, Ratchet, and Clank. Oh, Ratchet and Clank. Definitely Ratchet and Clank. I like Crash, but to be honest, like the controlling of those games doesn't really hold up that well versus Ratchet and Clank. This man, Dimwit, I swear to God. Dimwit's just writing everything down I say. He's like, yep. In 8th grade, I kept getting in trouble for reading in class, so I stopped reading. You see, that's definitely one way to put it. Now they're like, why don't you read anymore? Why don't you read anymore? Oh. Let's see. To the moon. Do you think Xbox is going to improve JRPG titles? Well, it's getting a little better now with Game Pass and how we're seeing a lot of games come onto the service, like Dragon Quest 11. We have all the Kingdom Hearts games. Out of the blue, we got Dragon Quest Builders 2. We're getting a lot more Japanese support on Xbox, which is awesome. I love to see that. But the support really starts with the community. So it's all about us going out there, and whether it's us buying the games, downloading it on Game Pass, telling our friends about it, that's how we get more Japanese games on Xbox. And it's got to be hard. No pun intended. But like these games, a lot of them are very niche. So they rely heavily on word of mouth and fan support. So franchises like the Ys series, The Legend of Heroes, like a lot of the smaller franchises that are really built up by their fandoms, if you're the publisher, it's kind of hard to justify putting it out on a platform that really doesn't cater to those, that being Xbox. Like Xbox, there was a time where it had a lot of JRPGs. Like at the beginning of the 7th generation, the Xbox was kind of like JRPG heaven. You had a lot of games coming out from Japan that were exclusive to it. You had Blue Dragon, you had Eternal Sonata, you had what was that? Infinite Undiscovery. You had The Last Remnant, Lost Odyssey, of course. So you had a lot of games, but they just either half of them weren't that great. The other half were just really good, but a lot of people didn't show up to support it by comparison to when you put them on PlayStation or Nintendo platforms. Because, and this is another thing people don't realize, Xbox, while it is a big brand, it's not relevant in every single country around the world. By comparison to PlayStation and Nintendo, Xbox is kind of non-existent in some territories. So it makes it hard for a publisher to be like, where are we going to put this game? If we know it's going to sell X amount of units here based off past entries and it's only going to sell 1 unit here, why are we going to put it on Xbox? But things are changing. Obviously, Xbox wants to make Japanese games a focal point because they've missed that for the longest time. And when you look at what people are talking about, Japanese games are really booming again. There was a period from like 2010 to 2014 where it was very rough in these streets when it came to Japanese games. For obvious reasons, the developers and publishers were chasing things that they really didn't need to do. They were trying to westernize them and make them... They got away from their roots, is what I'm trying to say. But now they're going back to that. And it's working really well. So I would love to see more of those franchises come back to Xbox. Because Xbox, it does have some Japanese presence. Like, obviously, Bandai Namco is a big supporter. Square is a big supporter. But there are just some games that from those studios, they don't release on Xbox because they don't think there's a demand. So it comes down to voting with your wallets. Hey, what's going on, Andre? Welcome. For a new player to the Yakuza series, which entry should I start with? I recommend starting with Yakuza 0 hops. Yakuza 0 is the earliest in terms of the storyline of the game. It's a prequel. So you're not really going to be wondering who the hell all these characters are. And then from there, you can jump into Kiwami 1, Kiwami 2, and then work your way towards the other titles. But I will say this, though. Yakuza 0 it's a top 3 game in the entire franchise. It's so fucking good that when you start playing some of the other games, not that they aren't great, because they're good, but they just don't hit the same way as 0. So I don't want to say you're peaking with 0, but you're kind of peaking. All right. Let's see. Favorite Halo game? My favorite one personally, and this doesn't mean it's the best one, but my favorite is Halo Reach. I have a lot of fond memories of Halo Reach. I really enjoyed the campaign. I loved Firefight. If I had to say like what I arguably think is the best Halo game, I go back and forth between 3 and 2. Always. I really love the story in 2. When I had a 360, all I basically had was Final Fantasy 13, 13-2, and Blue Dragon. Oh, so you had all the JRPGs on there, Corey. Yeah, and Tales of Vesperia. Yeah, they put that exclusively on Xbox when it first came out. Oh, man. Yo, the story in 0 is so good, bro. So good. Yakuza 0 is one of the few times where I think a prequel is better than a lot of the main games in the series. Like that story and what they were able to do with certain characters and how... Okay, if you start with Yakuza 1 and then play forward and then play 0, you're just going to be like, whoa, at wondering where these characters were when you first played them and then where they are in 0 and then how they get to that point. It's insane. Hey, take it easy, Johan. Thank you for coming through to the stream, man. Thank you for your mod duties. And as always, man, it's good seeing you, bro. Let's see. This June is going to be lit. We're going to get E3, Loki, my birthday, better Boruto episodes, and the day my toilet gets repaired. Well, I'm glad your toilet's getting repaired. I really hope you can flush the toilet. That's what I'm curious about. Better Boruto episodes. I mean, in order to have better Boruto episodes, we got to have decent Boruto episodes, and never had those. I love taking the piss out of the Boruto fandom. Your birthday? Hell yeah. Loki? Yup. On Wednesdays now. And E3. So it's going to be fun. Goro Majima's storyline is nuts. Yup. I'm telling you, 0 is goated, guys. Yakuza 0 is goated. I'm telling you, if you only play one Yakuza game, play Yakuza 0. Kiwami 2, I loved it, but I kept going back to 0. Yeah, Kiwami 2, the story in Kiwami 2 is amazing. The gameplay, what the fuck did they do? Like, I was so excited when I got Kiwami 2. I was like, yo, Kiwami 2 is going to be goated because I loved playing Yakuza 2 back in the day. And the story was awesome. And I played that gameplay. I was like, ooh, that is clunky. What music are you into, bro? Oh, I'm into a little bit of everything, Chris. I mean, like, if you go through my YouTube music, there's a whole bunch of Japanese pop music from anime. There's a whole bunch of Korean music. There's a whole bunch of hip hop. There's a whole bunch of classical music. I listen to fucking everything, man. Shit from J. Cole to fucking Beethoven to freaking BTS. It's all over the place, bro. Judgment is on par with Zero in my opinion, story-wise. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I think Judgment is the best standalone Yakuza type of game in terms of anybody could just jump into it and not have to worry about anything else. Like, you can do that with Zero, but Judgment's kind of like its own thing. Did you hear about the Dragon Ball Super movie that's coming out next year? Yeah. Toei Entertainment Europe leaked again. They always seem to be leaking this shit, but we're going to be getting another Dragon Ball Super movie next year, you guys. They haven't said exactly when, but it is slated for 2022, and it's going to be exciting. I think we're probably going to hear an announcement of it now that it's the cat's out of the bag. Yeah, facts. Frank Sinatra, go off, man. I'm going to live till I die. Let's get it. I'm so mad I had to rebuy Judgment on PlayStation 5. I thought they should just release the PS5 version for free for everyone that bought the PS4 version. Yeah, I was not the biggest fan of the fact that there was no next gen upgrade for that game, because it was only like technically speaking, it was like 2.5 years old. But I mean, we've seen Xbox update games that are like 2 years old, 2+ years old. It was just annoying. Maybe there was a technical reason why they couldn't do it, but yeah, it did kind of suck for people who bought the game and now they have to rebuy it to get 60 frames. Hey Neo, been a subscriber since 2009. Appreciate the support, brother. Are you looking forward to Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart? Yes, I am. I cannot wait. That's the next big game after Resident Evil. I'm gonna be getting day one. I mean, I'm getting the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, but that's old games I've already played. I mean, I'm excited to play it. Yo, did you guys see how that game is going to be running on the Xbox Series X? That thing is going to be 1440p, 120 frames per second performance mode. What the fuck? And then it's also 4K 60 frames per second if you want to play it in quality mode. That is awesome. That is so cool. Janemba movie, please. Some people were saying that they might potentially adapt a manga arc for the movie, Fear No Hate. I don't know how true that is, because I don't really follow rumors when it comes to Dragon Ball, but yeah, that's what some people were saying. Ever play Elite Dangerous? It's been on my list. It's been on my list. There's a lot of games on my list. Okay, I'm going to bed tonight. Got to find a way to become Ghost Rider, my favorite character ever. Also, everyone like the stream and subscribe to Neo. Thank you so much, DWTV. Have a good one, man. Take care. I'll wait till Judgment goes on sale for $20. That's not a bad idea, Corey. And you got the sequel coming out this year, too. I'm so ready for Neo, The World Ends With You. It looks so good. Yep. Bro, I'm going into that game as blind as possible. I cannot wait. Hey, what's going on, Kev? Welcome to the stream. Ever watched Rave Master and played Duke Nukem before? I've watched Rave Master, yes, and I've played Duke Nukem games. Not all of them, and I'm not going to go through Duke Nukem forever. Only Mass Effect game I've played is Andromeda. I missed the OG trilogy. Ooh, damn, Ryan. That's definitely an introduction. But now you can have an even better introduction with the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, launching on May 14th. Yep, Sega stuff goes... Bro, Sega launched all the Yakuza games on Xbox for like $20 a pop, and they're always on sale for like $10. They are a very good company when it comes to their re-releases. They are so good at that. They're so good at that. Hey, Yakuza 5, let's go, Kevin. That's what's up. That game, so good. Is the Legendary Edition on Switch? No, because EA doesn't really like the Switch like that. Did you watch Pokemon growing up? Yeah, well, most of us did. Legendary Edition for $44. Hey, man, take advantage of them deals, Kev. Take advantage of them deals. That's three... It's one game that's been touched up to be a better game. It's one game that might be a disappointing finale. And then there's one goated game that is Mass Effect 2, which is one of the best games of all time. Like, I am so excited to replay that game. I have it on PC. I've had it on PC for over a decade, but I can't wait to revisit that game, revisit my crew on the Normandy. Oh, it's going to be exciting. But Sega won't bring Persona 4 Golden or Jet Set Radio Future to the PS4 and PS5. Bro, Sega is weird. Sega is so fucking weird. I don't know what... Like, I always think there's 3 people working at that company. One person to work on Yakuza, one person to work on Sega, Sonic, and one person to work on Persona. And they all can't do multiple things at the same time. Ugh. Bro, I was setting up light strips in my room and my power cut off. What did I miss? Well, we just talked about a lot of stuff, Chris. We just talked about a lot of different stuff. Right now, I'm just hyping up Mass Effect 2 because it's a goated-ass game. Don't shoot Rex, people. Tell him, Kev. Tell him. But you already know there's going to be some people who do. Neo, I just remembered we have the same birthday, July 16th, 93. We're literally the same damn age. Oh, shit, Echoes. Look at that. Look, we're birthday brethren. That's me and my homie Harrison. We're born on the exact same day, exact same year, too. It's a good year. It's a good year and a good date. Speaking of Mass Effect, does anyone find it spooky that we haven't really seen any footage of the Legendary Edition? That does kind of bother me because there is footage floating around, but not like open footage where anyone could just record and upload stuff. It's very much so embargo things. I don't really think we should worry because it does look pretty solid so far, and I assume people already have it in their hands right now in terms of reviews. But yeah, I think it'll be okay. Fingers crossed. What do you expect from this year's E3? I just want to see games. That's it. That's every year I go into E3, just I want to see games. But obviously, given the state of the world right now, it's totally plausible if none of the games that they show off realistically hit their targeted releases. I wouldn't be so surprised to see a lot of late 2022s, early 2023 games that we see. And then even then, anything that was set for 2022 might be pushed to 2023 just because of the sheer amount of games that are now coming out. How much replayability do the Mass Effect games have? Oh, they have a good amount of replayability. They definitely do. Persona 5 Strikers is more expensive than Cyberpunk in Russia. That's interesting. Can you make your light red? Yes, I can. I gotta find the remote. I don't know where the remote is. Somewhere around here. I lost it. Let's see. Yo, Mass Effect, man. I'm telling you, it's the truth. Battlefield at E3. Oh, it's definitely happening. Persona 5 Royal on Xbox announcement at E3. Honestly, I just think it's a matter of when, not if. Because I know it's coming. I know it's coming to Xbox. Oh my god. Yeah, that would be dope if they actually do release a lot of demos for us to try out. I know they were talking about doing something like that, like exclusive demos. Is this an insider moment, Neo? No, it's not an insider moment. It's just, look at the cards, guys. Sega has been seeing great success with their games on Xbox. Yakuza, 2 Point Hospital, now Judgment. Logic would dictate that what's the next big game for them to launch onto Xbox? A game that people have been clamoring for years. And what is just one thing that even Phil acknowledged is such a big pull in Japan? Persona. It's just a matter of when. That's it. That's all it is. It's not like they're looking at it like, do you think Xbox gamers will like Persona? Like, they brought Dragon Quest 11 over. Like, they brought the Kingdom Hearts games over after they released Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, it's going to happen, guys. It is going to happen. I'm not saying when. YouTuber confirms Persona 5 Royal for Xbox. Kotaku. Yep. That's going to happen. I mean, all I need to say is Halo Infinite is delayed and Kotaku would believe it. I mean, it is what it is. Let's see. I'm concerned about the lack of gaming news so close to E3. I mean, it's next month, and usually by now we got tons of news surrounding the industry. Yeah, that is true, Fonz. But honestly, right now, what I chalk it up to is just the pandemic. Like, obviously, I know the pandemic threw a wrench in a lot of plans, and I wouldn't be surprised if, let's just say, this year's E3 is very sparse. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of companies intentionally hold back their announcements for a later date. Because even though there's a lot of companies who are participating in E3, a lot of them still like to do things of their own accord. It's much cheaper that way. I mean, there's E3's virtual this year, so it's not like they have to rent out booth space or whatever, floor space. But I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these companies, they still do their own little small events. Like, they'll still announce stuff at E3. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's like, okay, we're going to announce this small thing, but hey, we're going to have this whole different event to get more news about this as we get closer to it. And just in general, I don't think a lot of these companies really want to hype up everything for E3 for a game that might not even hit this year, given the situation. Basically, nobody wants a Cyberpunk. That's it. Did you see that State of Play leak? Sunset Overdrive sequel might be real because the trademark was renewed. Yeah, I saw the Sunset Overdrive stuff. I don't really believe any leaks in regards to like State of Plays, Nintendo Direct, Inside Xbox, or whatever their thing is called. Because it's usually just a person who makes a lot of educated guesses. And obviously, when you say 100 different things every week, some of that is eventually going to be true, and some of that is just common sense. So, Sunset Overdrive, if they actually do come out with the sequel, I'm just going to be honest, that's kind of like... that's just so fucking grimy, man. Like, yo, we're going to do this sequel to a game that launched exclusively on Xbox. It's going to be exclusively on PlayStation. Oh my god. That would be like if Xbox bought I'm trying to see like what's a not okay. That would be like, let's just say for example, Xbox bought Insomniac, and with that they also got the rights to Resistance, and they worked on a Resistance reboot, even though that was an exclusive PlayStation franchise. That'd be fucking grimy. Hey, Contra, what's going on, sis? How you doing, girl? I see you've been doing big things over there. I saw you over there on, what was it, Tom's Hardware? I see you, girl. See you, girl, with the outreach. That's what it's all about. Willing that shit into existence with your hard work. We love to see it. Hey, Neo, after watching your stream, I took my girlfriend out on a nice romantic date. Just when I got her home, I put my hand down her pants and felt like I was feeding a horse. Thoughts? Huh? Let me read that again. Hey, Neo, after watching your stream, I took my girlfriend out on a nice romantic date. Okay, you took your girlfriend out on a date after you watched my stream. I appreciate that. Did you hit the like button, though? Just when I got her home, I put my hand down her pants and I felt like I was feeding a horse. Thoughts? I don't know, chat. You gotta help me out with this one. Like, yo, I had to read it again. Like, what the fuck? Yo. I know I'm not going crazy. I know we had to have a moment. We had to have a moment like that on the stream. Yo. What the fuck? Well, you know what, Stelly, bruh? I feel like you're going to have to handle that yourself, bro. Oh, my God. Yo. Wow. I thought I was going crazy, Fonz. I was like, huh? I'm at a loss. We're all at a loss. Where's Fostings? Yeah, where is Fostings? Fostings would be like, flag on the play. All right, we got a $4.99 super chat coming in from Asbel on 100. You see, these are the Neo streams, guys. Every now and then we get something wild. Microsoft would have a game to counter Sunset Overdrive if they work with Platinum to do Scalebound. Oh, Scalebound. How do I say goodbye to what we have? Well, this was fun. Oh, God. That was just, that was something else. That was definitely something else. This man right here, officer. Yo, Sometimes you just be coming up. Nah, if it was Stelly Bra would be going up there saying, "Is there a problem, Ossifer?" Where's that picture of Mr. Krabs? Yo, we need it. $2 super chat from Flame. Help! I'm in a loop of Tyler Sisters memes. Oh my god, Jesus, help this man. What's your favorite game of all time? Oh, Contra. That's a tough question. Honestly, shit. Fuck. What is my favorite game of all time? Because like everything that's in my top 10 list of games, guys, everything there could be my number one for different reasons. Like The Witcher 3 is in my top 10 games of all time just because of how much I love the story, how much I love the dialogue, how much I love the world. But at the same time, I also have things like the Chrono Trigger. I have Chrono Trigger in there. I have Final Fantasy 6, Final Fantasy 9. Jesus Christ, I have both of them in there. Wow. Shit, it's tough. Fuck. Favorite? I can't. Man. Nah, fuck it. My favorite game of all time for tonight is Chrono Trigger. There we go. There we go. It's Chrono Trigger because that story, for what they did back in the day, was just unprecedented. Fuck, bro. But also Final Fantasy 6 and Kefka, and then Final Fantasy 9 and that team. I hate this question. Not having Knack as your number one. Well, true. But the thing is, Kevin, Knack is game of the year every year, all year. So that's kind of a given. We know this. $5 super chat from Dimwit Monkey. Stay away from horse girls, y'all. Absolutely. Stelly, bro. I don't know what you got going over there, but yo. Stelly, bro, just had the whole chat be like, what? Favorite Demon Slayer character? Zenitsu. And after that, it's Nezuko-chan. I didn't know Bill Cosby watches Neo. Puddin' Pop. Oh my god. I can't wait to watch that shit on the playback, guys. That's gonna be fucking hilarious. People just go into that stream randomly and they're like, wait, what? Are you gonna get back into Returnal since the new patch is out? I'm going to in a few weeks because I have Resident Evil 8 I'm playing right now, and then I got Mass Effect next week. So it's gonna be a couple of weeks till I get into Returnal again. Guess who's back? Naka again. Yo, PlayStation really got to work on a Knack 3 if they really want to be taken seriously this generation. I'm going to be honest. You can give me a Last of Us Part 3 or Knack 3. Let's just be honest here. Knack is taking the crown. He lying, y'all. Balan Wonderworld is his favorite game. Oh, no, that's you. I heard you bought every copy that exists on every system ever. That's what I heard. Bro. Yup. Chrono Trigger hype. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. I went out to the clubs Wednesdays and thank Lord I didn't get no horse. Oh my god. That's the quote of the night. Stay away from horses. Nah, Metal Gear Survive is his fave. Kevin Morales, you've got about 5 seconds to retract that comment before I ban you into the next dimension. Any E3 predictions? I don't really have too many, Savage, because I don't even think any of these games are really even going to come out. So I'm just hoping for the best. I mean, I'd love to see great games all around from everybody. I'd love to see a new Splinter Cell game more than anything, but Ubisoft doesn't like that. They're content with putting Sam Fisher in every other game but his own, which it makes me cry myself to sleep only like 3 times out of the week. Knack Remaster leads into Knack 3. Oh, okay. We got to get the new people acclimated. That's right. Yo, Kevin Morales, I'm about to put you on timeout, bro. Bang you into the next dimension. Ayo, pause. That is a man cold. That is a man. Yo, you know what the funny thing is? Because one of my homies, I watch Pete Dorr, and I love Pete Dorr. I've been watching Pete Dorr for years. I love his stuff. But homie came on here, said that he loved Balan Wonderworld, which I'm like, yo, listen. You like what you like. That's all you. That's fun. But I was just sitting there. I looked at that title in my subscription feed. I was like, Pete, we got to sit down. Oh. Nah, his favorite game is Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. You know what your favorite game is, Pi Studios? It's called The Block Party. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm too much of a bitch to block the homies. Oh, we got a $9.99 super chat coming in from John McKinney. I heard that in Disney's Hunchback of Notre Dame, or Notre Dame, whatever, Esmeralda was going to kill Judge Frollo and it almost made the movie PG-13. Do you think parents would have been triggered? Yeah, I definitely think that they would be triggered, especially in the 90s. But out of all the Disney movies, Hunchback is the one that Disney really doesn't... They don't reference it a lot because it's so dark. It's really dark subject matter that goes on in that movie. Even though they Disney-fied it to an extent, there's still a lot of serious shit that happens. And one thing I've noticed with the Disney villains is that very rarely does the protagonist kill the villain. They usually die of their own accord. Like, they get killed by, I don't know, the power of kindness, or they end up tripping and falling out of a window, or something like that. I think the last, I mean, this is just going based off my memory, so you guys can catch me up to speed. Like Sleeping Beauty, definitively Maleficent died in that film because Prince Philip threw the sword at the dragon and it killed it, but it didn't leave a body, it just disappeared, burned up into flames. The Lion King, Scar versus Simba. Simba didn't kill him. He just threw him over the cliff, and then the hyenas killed Scar. That was really dark. You know, funny story about Disney is if you look at some of the, like, their movies, and you look at like the deleted scenes on what could have been, The Lion King had a different ending entirely, different meaning. Same thing for its sequel, The Lion King 2. In The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, Zira originally was going to commit suicide. Yeah. So at the end of Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, Zira is over there dangling on the cliff. She's falling, and Kiara wants to help her. And it looked like Zira was going to accept her help until she fell to her death, right? So it was ruled, you know, an accident. But in the original version, she was just like, hell no, I am never going to take help from you. Never. And she just threw herself off the cliff into the rapids, which was, I remember when I found this out, I was like, I think I want to say like 13, 14 years old. I was like, holy shit, bro. It's crazy. But yeah, they're never killed by somebody. That's the constant that exists. Some of them end up dying gruesome deaths, like Tarzan, Clayton. I think he fell and then he ended up tangled in the vines and then it ended up choking him to death. Like, that was pretty dark, but it's not like Tarzan did that to him. So Disney does have some dark movies, but I don't think they'll ever go to the point where they'll have somebody kill a person. Unless maybe there has been stuff in history that I'm just not privy to. That sounds so much better, though. Yeah, it definitely goes with Zira's character, Dimwit Monkey, for her to commit suicide. But I don't think Disney would have ever allowed that. Hell no. The fact that it got so far that they did animatics for it is wild. It's definitely insane. But I think it's about time that we wrap up the stream for the night, ladies and gentlemen. We're going on about to be 2 hours. You guys know the deal, how this works. So it's time for us to say goodbye, my friends. Even though I'm going to see you guys again next week, because this is what we do. But yeah, I want to thank you guys so much, as always, for coming through to the stream, kicking it with me. You know, thank you so much for all the people who donated all the super chats. You guys are the best. And as always, you know, keep being the amazing people that y'all are. Keep being excellent to each other. And just keep on keeping on, you guys. You know, it's not about what you have accomplished in life versus what you haven't, but it's about being better than you were the day before. And I'm seeing a lot of growth from the homies here. You know, the homegirl Contraviction over here, she been grinding like crazy, and she's starting to see some of the fruits from her labor. But you know what? That's not going to stop her. She's going to keep climbing to the top, because that's what we do around these parts. Thank you so much for all the mods. Asbel, Dimwit Monkey, NKDN. Who else do we still got over here? Let's see. We got Chris. Let's see. I think, who are the other ones in there? I'm trying to see. We got Widow. I think everyone else kind of pieced out. But yeah, you guys, as always, thank you so much for coming through to the stream. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. If y'all want to keep in touch with me, Twitter is the best handle, twitter.com/NeoGameSpark. And if you want to follow me on the gram, it's instagram.com/PhantomNGS. So the first 3 letters of my name, NeoGameSpark, it's PhantomNGS. Don't go Neo. Don't go. I have to go. Yes, Colin did show up. He showed up earlier today. Oh, you're right. Cold. You're right. We need a, we got to do a hydration check. Hold on. Hold on. I got some water. I will be right back. Hold up. Okay. All right. It's time, guys. It's time. Woo! Time for a hydration check. It is time for a hydration check. We do this every single stream to make sure that you guys are at least somewhat hydrated. That's what we do, guys. That's what we do. So we're about to do this hydration stream, you guys. Ready? On the count of 3, 2, 1. Chug. Not too much for tonight's chug. Because this shit is seltzer and that thing just, whoo! Have to be burping for like the next couple of minutes. But, yeah, you guys. For me to for now, my name is NGS, signing out. And like always, I will catch you guys later. Peace out, y'all. Have a good night. Take care.